God I beg. I know say this semester I no start read early, but you see next semester, if you help me while I pass this exam this semester, God, I promise you I'm going to read so well. I promise you I'm going to start reading from day one of this semester. God, I promise you, if you help me this semester, that I cross this danger zone that I am like this. God, I'm so sorry that I did not begin reading from the beginning of the semester, but you see this time around, next semester, I'm going to start from day one. I'm going to start on time. I'm going to cover every single thing. God, please help me. Have you been studying maybe from the beginning of the semester, you've been studying so well, and now it's time for exam, and you're looking for ways to stop your studying game, like some smart games. You know, there's something I used to say that study smart, don't just study hard, but study smart, right? Are you looking for a way to top your studying game? Are you in your exam week and you're looking for a way to study better that will give you that desired grade in your exam week? Have you been lagging, like you've not been studying the way you want to study? Or maybe you are the general overseer of your fellowship, and then there is another fellowship where you are the secretary, and the other one where you are the chief usher, and then another one where you are the financial secretary. And then you've been so busy throughout the semester, or maybe you've been on the mountain praying from the beginning of the semester, and then you suddenly came down yesterday and you realize the exam timetable is out, and you're wondering, where do I start from? God help me. Okay, so come, God has sent me to help you. I'm going to be sharing with you a very demure timetable plan that you can use during your exam week. Hi scholars, my name is Inameko Chefavor. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So on today's episode, right, I'm going to be giving you some very on point cheat code for your exam week. How to study during your exam week, how to plan your timetable for your exam week. So come along with me, let's do it how it's supposed to be done, and let's pray and hope and believe that at the end of this exam, you're going to be smiling when the result is out. I discovered this timetable plan for studying during the exam week, right? You can print out a timetable plan, or you can write it out if you are like me, who don't mind doing it economical in the more economic way. So it may not be as artistic as you want it to be, but provided you can see what is written on it, that's just the main thing. You write it down Sunday down to Wednesday, and then you put out your courses the way they are supposed to be, what you're supposed to have when the exam is starting. Okay, let's take an instance with this. I would use myself as an example. Maybe your exam is starting out and you're starting with BCH, and then so you're going to fill out the days of your exam. You can get like a printed timetable plan, right? Or you can go for manually made, like I've done like this. Draw out your lines, fill in your weeks, and then the day of your exams, put the papers you have on those days out, and then you can equally just highlight them. You can equally fill out the time of the papers near each of them, so that the enemy doesn't use your enemy against you. Okay, so after that, right, we're going to make like a 3-day plan to the exam. So starting from the day before, like this BCH, right, the day before. So the day before, you're going to say, like on Thursday, you're going to say, I'm going to be doing, let me use another color, I'm going to be doing past paper, that's past questions. And then the next day, you're going to be doing your revision. Then your cramming day would be the first day to the third day. It means you have like a 3 days plan, right? It will be your cramming, revision, past paper, and then the D-day for the paper. You're going to do that for the rest as well. From PCH, you're going to have your PQ, and then the next day you're going to have your revision, and then your cramming day.
A few moments later,
you fill them out like this. So this is basically what I'm talking about, right? You have your main paper day, and then the day before the main paper you have your, so we're going to like 3 days backward plan, right? You have your past paper, your revision, your cramming. So you're like cramming what you've read. If you're in a faculty like mine, you know that you don't just read and understand. You have to make sure that you really have that thing in your head, that when you're about to produce it, you can produce it word for word, fact for fact, especially when you have to do with a lot of we will know. So basically you have your cramming day, where you've been reading and understanding all this while, you make sure that they are in your head and you can present it when the time comes. And then the next day you revise, this thing I just crammed, do I still have it in my head? And then the day to the very paper, you make sure that you revise past questions to be sure that you know how things are done in the paper already from past experiences. Treating past questions, the benefit of past questions cannot be undermined. So treat past questions before the day to your paper, so that certain ideas can remain fresh in your head while you are going for your paper. And then for papers that are going to collide with each other, right? Like you see that there is a revision, okay, there is a PQ day that collides, okay, the PQ day for PCP is colliding with the cramming day for anatomy. So on that note, you are now going to decide, what am I going to do? How am I going to do it? So for me, since I have like PCP the very next day, I'm going to make sure I focus on that PCP and trash it first. So I would definitely circle the PQ and make sure that that's what I would face. Or you can treat it based on the paper you feel you need to really trash the most. So if it's PCP you need to really trash the most, then you focus on it and do the PQs on it. If it is anatomy you need to really trash the most, then you make sure you focus on the cramming. If you can divide the time, good and fine, you divide the time. It's a full day for you to read the paper, so you can like, okay, maybe 14 hours for PQ of PCP, and then the remaining hours you can use it for the cramming for your anatomy. So basically, based on your priority, right, you can do that. Look at physio and PCT. The PQ day for PCT is colliding with the cramming day for PCG. So you can decide based on your priority and where you feel you're most deficient. You can focus on that or divide your time. However, you see you have an exam on that day, so you may not really have the mental strength to do all of this in one day. So the one that you feel is more important to you, you can focus on that for that day. But in all, just make sure that you're doing what you have to do and you have a plan for your exam week. Trust me, if you focus on this and probably some other better ideas you have for your exam week, you're definitely going to come out with excellence. Like, who will stop you? Okay, so that is that for the exam timetable plan, how to study during your exam week. So let's look at other issues that may pop up during exam week that we need to trash out. Exam essentials that I advise every student to have. You see, this is the time where you are stressing yourself. If there is anything you want to have this time, is your bottle of water. Please don't dehydrate. See, your brain is doing a lot of work and you don't want to see what your brain can do to you when it's tired. So please have good water. Number 2, avoid caffeine. Avoid what? Avoid caffeine. I know they've told you that it will help you to stay awake, it will help you to do what. Well, if you understand your body and it really works for you, good and fine. But if you are in my clique of people that one time I tried using caffeine and then after I am done for 1 week, the next week I started sleeping like my village people had actually gotten good access to me. And what happened to me? I had to start praying under my mother. I said, my mother, please, mama, hold your breast and call my name and say, favor, you shall not fail. You shall not sleep like a log of wood. That is what caffeine can do to you. So avoid caffeine. Rest when you're supposed, not like when you're supposed to rest, because this is not a week for like that kind of unnecessary rest, right? You're going to definitely stretch yourself, because what they say, hard work no dey break back. You're definitely going to go out of your way this week of the exam and make sure that, especially if you've not planned yourself well from the beginning of the semester, ensure that you rest when you're supposed to, and then do what? Take water. What else? You want to do TDB. Ensure that you sleep at least maybe 2 hours in the day. Like maybe in the evening time, right? Maybe like from 4 to 6, you sleep. Good sleep. And then wake up after that 2 hours and then go for TDB. Then one thing again you want to make sure you do is that you eat light food. You want to go and do TDB, and then around 6 you now carry 2 wraps of akpu, and then you sat down with it and one correct egusi soup with 10 meat inside, and then you ate everything. You know one thing they told us in biochemistry, it takes more time to digest carbohydrates than it takes to digest like non-carbohydrate foods, right? Like maybe fruits. It takes less time for those kind of things to digest and more time for carbohydrates to digest. You did not even choose a light carbohydrate. You now went and chose akpu, plenty bowl of rice, and then you ate it, and then you want to go and read, and you are wondering why you are sleeping throughout the TDB, and at the end of the day you don't have different from somebody that decided to stay in the hostel, and you that went to the class to go and study through the night, and they slept through the night and came back looking like a serious student, but at the end of the day nobody know you went to sleep. So please avoid heavy food if you know you're going to go for TDB. Sleep well, carry your water along, and eat a light food. At most your dinner you should have taken it by 6, by 5 you should have taken it, and then take a long walk to help you remain light, right? And then before going to study, right? One thing you can keep reminding yourself is that it's just for these few weeks. After this few weeks I can sleep for as long as I want. You know, the body can begin to want unnecessary sleep, unnecessary rest that is not called for in this week of your exam. Tell your body that you cannot come and partner with my village to destroy me. I'm going to give my best to this week and then ensure that I do what I need to do. After the week, you can sleep for as long as you want. You can even take like a week and stay in school and sleep and then resume and then go back home if you feel like, okay, maybe you're going to be stressed out at home. But make sure that this exam week, right, give it your best. Stress yourself for as much as you should and then rest, but please don't go and over rest and say, oh, they say we should rest. Don't do that to yourself. Then don't study in isolation. Please study in groups. This is the time where you need what other people know too to help you. Don't go and stay in one place and be reading alone. Let me tell you one thing that a discussion group can help you with right now. I want to believe that if you have been studying over time now and then you go and join a discussion group and then probably 1 or 2 things that you people will say before the paper, I trust you, it can save a soul. I'm a living witness. If it works for you, please give it a try and see, you will testify. So don't study in isolation. You should also ensure that you have friends on your exam morning that will call you. See, no matter how much you read or study during TDB, right, ensure that at least 3 hours before the exam you take time to sleep. It is advised that on the day to your exam, don't do TDB. But if you know what you're already in and then you know that you have a lot, you cannot go and be resting when you know that there's nothing in your brain to put down in the exam. So make sure that at least, no matter how much you read, right, like 2 hours before the exam or something, make sure you actually take a rest. But while you are taking a rest, have support systems that will carry the phone and call you, people that you are sleeping around, so that you will not come and sleep and then wake up after your exam and that will be 0/0 for you. So please ensure you don't do that to yourself. So having said all of these things, right, make sure you pray. See, let me tell you, we cannot overemphasize the importance of prayer. What God can do, you cannot equate it with what your brain can do. Last, you don't know as much as you should. There is something that the Holy Book said, that there is a spirit in man, the breath of the Almighty, that gives him understanding, right? God can actually give you understanding beyond what your human self can give to you. So ensure you pray. Ensure you trust God. While you are praying, don't back it with fear. As you pray, trust that God is answering your prayers. And I assure you that at the end of this exam, you are going to come out dancing with A's, and that is our portion in Jesus' name. Thank you so much for having me. Please, if at this point you are not convinced to like and subscribe to this channel, you are not helping me. You want YouTube to come and pack me and say, oh yeah, favor, be going to your father's house. Please encourage me by liking and subscribing to this channel, and then hit the notification button so that whenever I bring some hot premium jokes like this, you can be a part of it. You can be notified so that you also learn something. I hope that this session has been wonderful. I know myself, I know that it has been wonderful. See you at the end of your paper with so much excellence. Remain excellence. Until next time, bye. Please, if you have other topic options, right, please do not hesitate to comment down below and give us your topic suggestions. And until next time, stay excellent. Bye.